back to my channel. Today we're talking about the Mini Triochrome palette by Natasha Denona. I have two looks. I have a review with you for this palette for you, and I also will compare it to the Midi Triochrome. So if you want to see all that, then just keep on watching. Let's talk about the palette itself. It is one of Natasha's mini palettes. That means these are 5-pan palettes, not the micro palettes, baby palettes. I think baby palettes where we just have 3 shades, or the medium shade, like medium palettes where we have 15 shades. So 5 shades. This has the same format than the Mini Gold, the Mini Love, like the Mini Love, and which I find is quite of interesting. Also the Catrice ones. They are the Woe in the Box palettes, same format, again 5 pans. This one is an extension of the Triochrome palette. Listen, I'm working here. This is an extension of the Triochrome palette. If you don't know, this one is the Triochrome palette. Has a beautiful, you can tell, like, look at this. My girlfriend sent me these to try out, and this one is again the €129 palette. We have again 15 shades. This is not medium prices, but I think it's a little bit bigger than the medium, and this one should be like the 4th row. As you can tell, this one is definitely more vibrant than this one. I didn't bought this to begin with because I felt like these shades are quite, I would say, muted. If they would have been a little bit more like vibrant, that would be something I would have been way more like inclined to buy. And then we do have like 3 multichromes here as well, and again we do have 1 multichrome in this palette, which is the shade here. And we do have 3 matte, 1 shimmer, and 1 multichrome here in the palette. Again, same format and pricing of both. These were a little bit cheaper, to be honest, than the previous ones. This one has beautiful, I think the same like packaging, like the packaging is the same, also same color switch for the small palette as well, which I am super excited about this because this is so damn pretty. As you may see in swatches as well as like in general, like a close-up, again we do have 3 matte shades, 1 shimmer, 1 multichrome. The multichrome is like purple, blue, teal, I would say. I do have that on today on my lid, and I did 2 looks with the palette, and to be honest, I do have some remarks. This one, again, I feel in comparison to like the Love and the Mini Gold, that's the ones I own, I felt like these ones are a little bit more, of course, like look at the colors, they are a little bit more natural. You can definitely go in different directions as well. Like the Mini Love has like a duochrome here. We do have like a medium, a deeper tone, then a really light tone, and then a different tone. So you can go like on the lid with both of these shades, at least in my, like the preference I do have when I talk about like doing eye looks. And this one has also like this more neutrally brownish, greenish, yellowish shade. Yes, that was all the words. And then we do have this beautiful green shade, and this one is like one of her cream to powders, and this is a really pretty like brownish greenish shade. Again, also really cute. And for this one we do have like a bright blue as well as a deeper blue. Now when you look at the swatches, they definitely seem to be different. The problem is on the eyes, they are not that different. I have this one on all over my lid and or all over my eye look, and I don't like, I feel like the brightness is toned down after applying this, and that is so sad because I absolutely love this color, and I wish that it would have been this bright. And I think definitely you can fix that when you use like a eye base underneath, maybe a white or like a really bright blue. I definitely think you can like adjust the color, but I have to say I don't want to do that. I wish that it would be like right off the box. And that's the problem I have with these two shades. They are quite similar after you apply them to your lid. You will see that definitely in the first look, but also in the second look again, where I just have this one on and I didn't even use this one, but you can't tell. This one is also underneath my lower lash line. I don't think you can definitely see a difference. And I wish, to be honest, that this one would have been deeper, or even one of a cream to powders, so it's like additionally a little bit more clinging to your skin, you know what I mean? So that's a little bit unfortunate, to be honest. Again, I think you can adjust this and bring this to this brightness with an eyeliner underneath or a base, but that shouldn't be the case with Natasha Denona. This bright blue or this light blue is a really, really pretty shade. Great to like blend both of these shades out. To be honest, this one is sadly not light enough for me to use as an inner corner highlight, but I think if you're deeper than me, that shouldn't be a problem at all. I have for both of the looks, I have used this one in the inner corners and that works amazingly and fine. I just wish that this one would be lighter, this one would be deeper, and this one would be brighter. This one is great though. And yeah, the multi-chrome is also really, really nice, easy to work with. Again, I have it on my eyes. I do feel though that the multi-chromes, at least I didn't try the Triochrome so far, but I feel like that the multi-chromes by Natasha Denona are not as multi-chromey as indie shades. Just saying. So if you are an indie lover and you do have a lot of multi-chromes by indie brand, Cleonat, Uden's Eye, any other shade that does these multi-chromes, don't think that these will like wow you a lot. Just saying. I have to say in conclusion, listen, before you look at the tutorial, I think this is a good palette. You understand? It's a good palette. Do I say to you, run to Natasha Denona and buy these? Helena. But I think it's a good palette. I have to say though, I like these better. And also quality wise or color story wise, I like these better. And this is a little bit of a shame because I definitely was like looking forward to use this palette. Don't think like it's the worst palette I've ever tried. These are really, really nice. They blend well. I don't have any problems like applying these again, but because I have the problems like, again, brighter, deeper, lighter with the mattes, I felt like, you know, that is a little bit of a problem. Just saying. So I can't tell you that I absolutely think you should like use them, need them, buy them. I think again, I saw a lot of like, because I definitely filmed this video quite late because the palette was so late. By the way, a little excursus to my order experience. I ordered this on the 6th of October when it launched from the Natasha Denona official site, and it came like 2.5, almost 3 weeks later to Germany, without any customs or shipping, which was amazing. But listen, it's like 2.5 or 3 weeks later. So this video is late. And I already, of course, saw some videos from other creators that also compared this to other blue palettes like Colourpop or, listen, I don't even know. So I'm like, yes, it's a pretty palette. I do think so. I'm not like saying I despise it. Again, I do have a quite nice collection from these like mini palettes, but it will not be my favorite. Like, listen, that's the same with the Yucca one. I mean, the quality, like, it's the same with the Yucca one. I do enjoy the quality is there, but in general I do have some icks, which means like it's nice, but it's not, oh my god, you need this, you know what I mean? So yeah, that is my verdict of the palette. And now let's jump to the tutorial part of this video. Let's do the first look with the Natasha Denona Mini Triochrome. I am excited, so yeah, let's try to have some fun with it. I am so excited. I think I will start with the deep blue, so the deepest shade, so that we see how that is performing. That's working fine so far. Let's see how this is going. If you wanted to like have a little bit of a soft look, start with the medium shade. But if you do want to have the depth right away, go with the deep shade first. That seemed to be like so pretty. So happy to now like put my fingers into this. This is so fun. Like, look at this. This is pretty. You can go with every shape you like. I will go with a little bit of a deeper, like, outer corner. And also a little bit of a deeper mid. So I will bring in a little bit of depth. So we have something to, like, see for the lid, like a little bit of depth for the lip as well. That is looking really cute. Let's go to the other shade. Let's go with the bright blue. This one, I mean, listen, I bought the palette just for that shade alone. I absolutely love these kinds of blues. And we will put that on the edge to the deep blue. And we will put that on the edge on the outside, but as well on the inside, so we have like a little bit of a gradient here as well. And if there is at the end like a little bit like depth gone, we can just apply that. I'm trying not to go over the like deepest blue too much so that it's not like disrupted, but I know that you can tell it's not as deep as I would had at the end or beginning. But again, we can build that up later. Next up, I'm so excited. I think my first look will be probably just the mattes, because I did see a lot of people like using all 5 shades. And I mean, yes, totally, I will do that in the second look. I will go in with the same brush for the deep shade. I feel though the deep shade could have been a little deeper. We'll build that up a little bit again. But you can tell it's not like, yes, it is deeper, but it's not like, ooh, so much deeper. You know what I mean? So it could have been a little bit deeper. I'll do that, by the way, on the lower lash line as well. And then we will go in with the light blue. Way more smoky than I intended, to be honest. But I will use the light blue just in my inner corner. Or on the rest of the lid. We'll put that. Hopefully it's light enough. We'll find out. Oh, this is a really pretty shade. A really, really pretty shade. For me though, could be a little bit lighter as well, because you can tell I'm pale AF. Like, listen, I will also like use the same brush and just a little bit more product to blend the edges. So we used all 3 shades at the end. I will just use a little bit of that like light blue on the lower lash line as well. I mean, it's a pretty look, don't get me wrong. I wish it would be working a little bit better though. I do enjoy the light blue though. Again, the deep blue could have been a little bit deeper, just saying. But I think, listen, I think I'm debating, because this is the lightest shade and we have of course like the light shimmer. I think I will use the light shimmer in my inner corner in hopes that it lights up the whole look, because again, if you're deeper than me, this light blue could have been a great inner corner highlight, but if you're as pale as me, that's not going to break it. So I will use the light like shimmer blue, and I will just use that in my inner corner. Oh yeah, this will work fine. Because again, I wish that the light blue would be a little bit lighter to make like an all matte look. I mean, you can definitely tell that is really gorgeous. I do like that. Like, this is indeed the first look first impression wise, like I did not use it before. It's nice. Blues are not easy to make. I can definitely see it works. Let me do that on the other eyes and I will be right back. So this is the finished look. I added some NYX liner. This one is in Blue Teddy. You know, I love them. And then I added the Lashes Kiss in Empress as well. And I do like the look a lot. I feel though I now know what the problem is in like my outer edges. I feel like that these two shades, like the deep blue and this blue and this blue, are quite similar on the eyes. And I feel like this is not enough, also way more cool toned than this one is. So you don't see that, do you? Do you see that bright blue? I don't think so. And that's the main issue. This is not as bright blue as it like is in the pan. And that's why it's like, you know what I mean? So it definitely gets some depth from the deep blue, but it's, I would say, like looking at the palette, that these two colors are way different in depth, and on the eyes they're not. Just so you know, if you buy this or purchase this, that could be like a problem or something else. I tried to do the second look with just one of them because I don't feel like both of them will work quite nicely together, if you will. I do enjoy the light blue, really nice. I did enjoy this like really light shimmer blue. That is nice. I can use that in my inner corners. So yeah, this is the first look. Let's come to the second look. Let's do that look number 2 with the still the blue palette. I wanted to use this one and see how like blue and vibrant blue I can get these, and then I wanted to do this one like a smoky eye in the middle. We'll see about that. Let's try that, and let's start with again this shade, and hopefully we don't have a lot of fallout because that would be not so good. I will use the Cinch E01 as the brush where I'll lay down this color. Hopefully this is not going to like fall out everywhere. At least we're hoping that, because again in the last look I felt like the deep blue and this blue were quite similar, to be honest, in depth, and to be honest that's not quite what I want. I want to have this one like really nicely and vibrant on my like all over the lid. To be honest, if it's a little bit patchy on the lid itself, like in this area, it's not so bad because I do want to like lay on top of that the multichrome, so that's not quite so like a disaster. But of course we want to like have that everywhere, like on the lid, like a little bit of so, and we will do that underneath as well, because I will just like lay that a little bit on the side, and we will just like use that, and that's working quite well. I will blend this a little bit. Listen guys, I felt like I needed like a deeper brownish lip. This is, by the way, Bloodstone by Kaleidos. If you ever wanted to have like a blue and yeah, grungy look, just saying. That worked out quite well. I did layer a little bit more of the blue, and I didn't have any fallout, which is great. I didn't blend any edges, just so you know. So I will use the EO5, just a little bit of a rounder brush. You can also use the EO4, which is a rounder brush as well. At least like it's a flat one, but it has a round tip. And I will use the same color. And now we will like just on the edges use a little bit of, wouldn't say round like motions, but you can tell I'm trying to diffuse the blue a little bit. I will not go on top of my lid because there is the color I definitely want to have. I'm just going around the edges to blend a little bit of the blue. We will definitely blend this as well with the light blue. I just want to like make it a little bit easier to fuse the edges now, and then again blend a little bit with the light blue as well, so that it's not like a sharp line with the blue itself, like so. Definitely a good choice for my, listen, that was not the best choice for my lips, but I felt like it was a good choice. But again, I did not remember that like, listen, I did remember I wanted to do a blue look, but I thought it would look nice. So just ignore that. And now we're using the light matte blue as well. And this time I'm using the EO4 by Singe, and put that a little bit on the like tip. You can definitely tell it didn't like coat the brush all throughout, just use it on the tip. And now we will go on the edge of this blue and just like blend that even more. Didn't know I wanted to do like a 90s, 80s, not sure, 70s look with that, but we're now all in. This is a blue eyeshadow look with bold lips. We were going with that. And now we're using the multichrome, this one. And I spritzed my brush. I used the same brush I used for the blue. I just cleansed it in between. And this is the E1, I think. Yes, it is. Again, I spritzed that with some, I would say Fix Plus, but it's not. It's just Essence. It doesn't matter. Listen, use something with glycerol, like a Fix Plus. Don't use something with that. Just use maybe something water-like. And then we will put that all over the lid. So we have that like bright, beautiful multichrome here in the center. That's kind of cute. Let's blend this a little bit, and then I think, because we don't have a lot of choices in the palette, because it's just 5 pans, I think I will use this one in the inner corner, because that one is probably the best choice we have, because the light blue is not light enough for me. Again, same brush, Fix Plus. This is not Fix Plus, it's Essence Fixing Spray. It doesn't matter. And the light shimmer like shade, and then we will use that in the inner corner. That is working quite well, to be honest. And I do blend this a little bit in the multichrome as well, just so everything is mixing well, like this. I'm thinking about like doing maybe, I'm not sure. Listen, let's try that. To use every single shade of this, like you could leave it like this. You can add in like everything you want to. I will use the deepest shade, this one, and I will just like use a small like liner brush. We'll just pick up a little bit of color, and then I will use that to just like, I would say deepen the lower like the lash line, but I'm not sure if that is working at all. But I'm just like putting that in between my lashes. You couldn't tell if I said I wouldn't have done that? Okay. Well, that's not so bad. I will finish that look, do that on the other side, and I'll be right back telling you also what I used probably in my waterline as well as what lashes, and then we can talk about the palette. So this is the finished look. I added the Kaleidos Sea Sparkle liner as well as Catrice lashes. These are the 3D faked lashes. I don't think they are like, I think that's the only one in that like color direction. They're black, but the packaging wise. Okay, I do enjoy that look, but it's not wowing me. I hope you understand that, but I feel like in general it's a really pretty look. I do think though that this shade is not popping enough, and I feel like this is getting deeper when you apply it on the lid. I didn't have any problems with the formula. I think this one is a stunning shade. Again, really nicely, no problems with that. And these two are also really, really pretty. Don't have anything against that. For me though, I do have to say it's not my favorite. It's not bad, but it's also not the best. I hope you understand. And yeah, I hope I talked about the palette in comparison as well to the Midi Triochrome and what is that, a Maxi Triochrome? Not sure though. It's not like the Midi pricing. It's like 129 something. So yeah, I hope you have a good like overview. Like you saw two looks with it. Of course, I could have like skipped the a little bit deeper shades and just got with these two. I could have done this one on my lid, but of course I wanted to try this one as well. Do have to say these two are quite similar, even though they are not looking like it. I wish that this one would have been like one of a cream to powders, because I felt like these were a little bit more deeper. You could layer them better, and I feel like this one had to, like this has to be deeper. Like it's similar in depth to this one, and again you can tell it's not like, you can tell, can you, like the whole like brightness is gone missing from my look. And yes, you can definitely like layer this like bright blue underneath or on top of a bright blue liner. I was like, listen, I was thinking doing that for this look, but then I was like, listen, then I think definitely would have gone into the brighter direction with that shade, but also you wouldn't see now that this is not giving the brightness I maybe desired. So I definitely think you could achieve that like ultramarine blue vibe with this, but yeah, I definitely think this one could have been deeper. I don't hate the palette, it's definitely not my favorite though, and yeah, not bad, but also not like, oh my god, go to the store and buy it now. Right now it's the best. Like I do have to say, I do love the Love as well as the Mini Gold a little bit more than this. Just saying. But I think definitely that you can use this together with other palettes as well. So definitely want to try that. Keep on watching for some reels, shorts, TikToks, whatever it is called on all the social media. I hope you enjoyed these two looks with the palette and my review of it. What do you think about the palette? Did you buy the palette? Did you wanted to buy the palette but was not sure? Or did you buy the palette itself? Or maybe also didn't buy the palette? Leave it down in the comments. I would really appreciate if you do so. If you're not subscribed already, please subscribe to this channel. I upload 3 times a week. I do have a tendency to do fun and colorful looks, so if you want to see that more in your YouTube timeline, then just yeah, subscribe. And I wish you a beautiful week, and we see us in my next video. So bye guys.